back to the Alex Jones Show. I'm David Knight, your host here live, and we're going to be joined now by Roger Stone. He had a tweet that went out today saying by Wednesday, the Clinton campaign will be done. Hashtag WikiLeaks. So we want to break that down with Roger Stone. Joining us now is Roger Stone. Welcome, Roger.
Great to be here.
Okay, tell us what is coming. Well, first, before we do that, let's talk about what happened yesterday with the guerrilla marketing that we saw there on Fox News. That was an amazing piece right there, and I think that tells us a lot about the power of the mass public in terms of the awakening of people and also getting this information out to people in unusual ways. I think that was very effective. What's your take on that?
What it shows, David, is that one person can make a difference.
Yes.
The mainstream media wants to obliterate the narrative about Bill Clinton and his sexual predator nature, the fact that he has sexually assaulted or bitten or raped or exposed himself to at least 13 women that we know of, and that his wife, Hillary Clinton, has been an accessory after the fact in every one of those assaults because she is the one who intimidates, threatens, discredits, and bullies his victims. In the case of Juanita Broaddrick, a very brave lady, she intimidated Juanita to her face. Now, the mainstream media hates this narrative, and therefore they want to transpose it into affairs. You know, Bill's marriage. This has nothing to do with affairs or his marriage. It is not about marital infidelity. It is not about adultery. It is not about girlfriends or mistresses or one-night stands or what my friends in Philadelphia call the guma. It's about sexual assault. It's about violence against women. And, for example, Michael Smerconish of CNN has a lively Saturday show. I've been on the show a number of times. Michael's a very smart guy, a longtime associate and friend of mine. In fact, he was once the right-hand man to Philadelphia Mayor Frank Rizzo. I got him a position as a high-level appointee in the Reagan administration, where he was the regional administrator for housing and urban development, a job from which he was ultimately fired because he could not follow directions. It's not that Michael has a lot of enemies, it's just that all of his friends hate him. In any event, yesterday on CNN, when a surrogate for Donald Trump began to discuss Bill's epic sexual abuse of women, Michael kept referring to it as infidelities and, you know, about his marriage. This is intellectually dishonest. Now, Michael Smerconish is a lawyer. In fact, he's a very fine lawyer, and he knows the difference between infidelity and rape. If he doesn't, he should refresh himself on the rape statutes in Pennsylvania state law. So this is a phony narrative put forward by the mainstream media. This is why it's important that people who support the cause, who are enlisted in the info war, get on the media and take up Alex Jones's challenge to get on television wearing your rape T-shirt, your iconic Bill Clinton rape T-shirt, written about in Time magazine, available at the Infowars.com store, available at the StoneColdTruth.com store. And by the way, Alex and I have agreed to donate a portion of the proceeds to a rape crisis center. But it's important that people take Alex up on this challenge. The mainstream media is not going to report this honestly.
Well, absolutely. You know, you go back and you look at what happened in the 1990s and the impeachment of Bill Clinton. And the impeachment technically was for committing perjury. And I've tried to explain that many times to my liberal friends. They say, oh, they just went after him because he had an affair. Everybody has affairs, so forth and so on. They always make it about consensual sex, not about the sexual assault, not about the rape. They've always covered that up. That's one of the reasons why they focus so heavily on Monica Lewinsky, because that was a consensual issue. But they would completely avoid Juanita Broaddrick or Kathleen Willey or all these other women that you mentioned, 13 or so women that that have come out and said that they were raped by him without consent. And that's a huge difference there. But that's why we have the rape T-shirt. That is the point that needs to be driven home. It is not about consensual sex. It is not about some guy who's a philanderer. You know, my friends will also look at this and say, oh, you know, well, yeah, he's a real stud. It's very, you know, he may be a philanderer, but, you know, all these women really love him, and it makes him even cooler in their eyes. And yet it's about rape. That's why we put that there. It is about rape. It is about the abuse of women. And the fact that Hillary Clinton joined in with him in cold blood You could say that what she did, I think, is even worse than what Bill Clinton did. I mean, you could, what she did was completely cold-blooded. You can't even say that it was a crime of passion at any sense. And I'm not saying that rape is excusable because some guy is passionate about it. But I'm saying that what she did was simply from a cold political perspective, damaging these women, as many of them have said, in a way that was lasting beyond the physical abuse even that Bill Clinton did. The fact that Juanita Broaddrick says she can't get over the fact that she was raped, and she was only, she was actually a year younger than Chelsea Clinton is today. So put that in perspective as Donald Trump kind of pulled back and said, I don't want to talk about this with Chelsea. Chelsea's a year older than Juanita Broaddrick was when she was raped. That never goes away for her, but it also never goes away for her the fact that she was threatened to her face by Hillary Clinton. Well,
and she was bitten twice. This is Bill's MO. At least 3 women, confirmed by NBC's Mike Isikoff and confirmed by the Washington Post, that he bites through the upper lip of his victims. It's a very common disabling move for rapists. Now, I understand that the mainstream media doesn't want to talk about this. Sam Stein at the Huffington Post has a piece up now in which he talks about the last person who brought up Bill's affairs. Now, Stein's a nice enough fellow, but this is intellectually dishonest. The issue here has nothing to do with consensual sex, whether it is Juanita Broaddrick or Kathleen Willey or Paula Jones or Christy Zurcher or Sandra Allen James or Liz Ward Grayson, although she changed her story after she was given a bit part by a Clinton crony in Hollywood. These women were all sexually assaulted. What could be more politically incorrect than sexual assault and violence against women? That is the issue here. But this
he gets a free pass. They get a free pass for this because Hillary is a woman. Isn't that ironic?
Although I must say it was a misstep for Donald Trump to post last week that he was considering inviting Jennifer Flowers to sit in the front row. Wrong metaphor.
Yes.
Jennifer Flowers has a 12-year consensual relationship with Bill Clinton. Now, it is true that 3 Arkansas state troopers burst into the apartment of her next-door neighbor, Gary Johnson, an attorney, and beat him so badly they leave him for dead because he unfortunately has witnessed Bill coming and going with his own key to Jennifer Flowers' apartment. So we still have cold-blooded violence on the part of the Clintons. No, I urge those who understand this issue and who are engaged in this great struggle to take Alex Jones up on his challenge. If you can appear on television for a few seconds and clearly display the rape T-shirt, he will pay you $1,000. If you can do so with a bullhorn and say Bill Clinton is a rapist, he will pay you $5,000. And I spoke to him earlier today. This does not have to be network television. If you get on television in Philadelphia or Cleveland or Detroit and we see it, then you can qualify.
Talk show host is Alex Jones. He's a conspiracy theorist.
Radio talk show host Alex Jones.
Alex Jones.
Jones is the wildly popular conspiracy theorist.
Radio talk show host and conspiracy theorist Alex Jones.
Deeply, I think, racist.
I just got called racist by MSNBC.
I don't want that man to have a gun.
1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms.
The Alex Jones Show. Watch the free stream live at Infowars.com/show.
Now we are introducing a new T-shirt, which I think folks need to get, telling the real truth about Bill Clinton, who is a serial rapist and a user of women.
In another case, it's about groping and fondling and touching against a woman's will.
And rape.
And rape.
Bill rapes them physically, and then Hillary rapes them psychologically.
He's a rapist.
Absolutely.
He's a public figure. He goes straight to hell.
Get your Bill Clinton rape shirt today at InfoWarsStore.com or call 1-800-253-3139.
Welcome back to the Alex Jones Show. I'm David Knight, your host here live, and we're going to be joined now by Roger Stone. He had a tweet that went out today saying by Wednesday, the Clinton campaign will be done. Hashtag WikiLeaks. So we want to break that down with Roger Stone. Joining us now is Roger Stone. Welcome, Roger.
Great to be here.
Okay, tell us what is coming. Well, first, before we do that, let's talk about what happened yesterday with the guerrilla marketing that we saw there on Fox News. That was an amazing piece right there, and I think that tells us a lot about the power of the mass public in terms of the awakening of people and also getting this information out to people in unusual ways. I think that was very effective. What's your take on that?
What it shows, David, is that one person can make a difference.
Yes.
The mainstream media wants to obliterate the narrative about Bill Clinton and his sexual predator nature, the fact that he has sexually assaulted or bitten or raped or exposed himself to at least 13 women that we know of, and that his wife, Hillary Clinton, has been an accessory after the fact in every